All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon for post notifications when I drop new content. So let's get into this, guys. We're talking Terence Crawford once again, but we're also talking Teofimo Lopez. We're talking Terence Crawford responding to Teofimo Lopez about his racial remarks that he made on a YouTube channel. I think it was Broadway Joel's channel. Now, quick disclaimer before we talk about this. Honestly, guys, I said this before. I really don't like talking about racism, but it's important that we do when things like this occur, because we can't let racist people feel comfortable in their racism. You know, you have to call things out like this. No matter how uncomfortable it is, you cannot let this type of stuff prevail and become the norm. You have to push back against it. You know, I know a lot of the big outlets aren't doing that. You know, they're ignoring it. But it's still our responsibility to call this stuff out when it happens, because it's not right. It's not right, and we need to shun this type of stuff. This type of behavior is despicable. It's despicable behavior. Now, like I said, you guys know recently, Teofimo Lopez was doing an interview on Broadway Joel's channel where he was asked about who would he like to face first. And he asked, was it Gervonta Tank Davis or Terence Crawford? And the response from Teofimo Lopez was, whichever monkey wants the banana first. And then he kind of laughed it off a little bit, and then he, tried to sidestep what he said. But we knew what he said. We knew what he meant. And, Teofimo Lopez is not a dumb guy. He knew exactly what he did. He knew exactly what he did. He knows that calling a black man a monkey is a racial slur, no matter how much he tries to spin it. We knew what he meant by that. And I lost a lot of respect for Teofimo Lopez. Now, this isn't the first time Teofimo Lopez has had a problem, kind of going in on the African-American community. He went on that rant about talking about Top Rank, keeping their black fighters. He just has something against black people for some reason. He's always ranting about black people. He never says that about the white fighters. He's never saying that about the Asian fighters. He's never saying that about Hispanic fighters, only the black fighters. He's calling us monkeys and talking about bananas. So I don't have any respect for Teofimo Lopez. Now, we were all wondering, when would Terence Crawford, when would Gervonta Tank Davis respond to this? Because that community is their community. They're a part of our community. They're African Americans. And to Terence Crawford's credit, he did respond to that. We're going to listen to what he had to say about it. He did it on Bernie the Boxer's channel. Bernie the Boxer is a good friend of Terence Crawford, so shout out to Bernie the Boxer. You guys make sure you get over there and subscribe to his channel. Now, as far as Gervonta Tank Davis goes, who I am a huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of Gervonta Tank Davis, but you guys know I keep it real with you. I will criticize him. I just criticized him recently for fighting a guy coming up from 130, his next fight. I do have a problem with Gervonta Tank Davis not addressing this. He's an African American. You got Teofimo Lopez, and recently I think Ryan Garcia went on another racial tirade talking down on his community. He has a lot to say about Haney, but he's mum when it comes to this type of stuff. Your community puts a lot of money in your pocket and they go to your fights. The least you can do is stand up for your community. That's the least you can do. You're a very rich man because of your community, but when it comes time to step up for your community, you're nowhere there. You're not there. So we are waiting for you to respond, Gervonta Tank Davis. So let me play this clip here from Bernie the Boxer. Terence Crawford responding to the racial remarks coming from Teofimo Lopez. Let me play this for you guys real quick.
It says, so what are your thoughts on Teo calling you a tank monkey?
All right, so that was Terence Crawford's response. He said that Teofimo Lopez was looking for attention, no matter if it was good or bad. And it does kind of seem that way. But I will say this is not the way to get a fight. You know, going off on a racial tirade is not a way to get a fight. It's a way to get canceled by a lot of people in the boxing community. My thing is, those four guys that we all had high hopes for when they were at 135, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Devin the Dream Haney, who else was it? Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Devin the Dream Haney, and Tank. We had high hopes for those guys fighting each other. Now, Teofimo Lopez hasn't fought any of those guys yet. You know, and he wants to get a fight. He's trying to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, supposedly. I don't know if he really wants to smoke or not. And he wants to fight Terence Crawford. And he goes about trying to get the fight by calling those guys monkeys? No. Nobody's going to want to give you an opportunity if you're disrespecting them in that type of way with a racial slur. Now, another thing Crawford said here, he said it's taught behavior, and I 100% agree with that. That's something he probably learned from at home. And now, you know, he can't hide it anymore. He keeps coming out. It just keeps coming out, and that's just who he is. You know, he just has a problem with the African American community. And the thing is, African Americans haven't done a damn thing to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is sabotaging his own career. He doesn't want to face the guys that he needs to face. You know, the guys around his weight class, you know, guys like Tank, guys like Devin Haney, you know, those type of guys. He doesn't want to face those guys. I don't know what the hang up is, but he has this animosity towards the African American community. And like I said, we haven't done a damn thing to him. So now we're going to shun him. I'm not going to support him. I'm not going to support his fights. I'm not going to pay for him. I'm not going to go to any of his fights because he doesn't have any respect for my community. And that's the way it should be. If people are disrespecting you, you should not give them your hard-earned money. You just shouldn't do it. So now the ball is in Tank's court. Tank, you need to come out and say something, brother. You need to come out and say something about this. Not only did he insult you, he's insulting the whole community by insulting you. And I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for it here on this channel. So if that's something that you rock with, being a racist, you might as well just stay off of here, because I don't condone racism on my channel. I think all people are created equal, and we need to respect one another. Sure, we're going to have differences of opinion when it comes to the sport, but racism should not be tolerated. It should not be tolerated in the sport, and shame on the mainstream media, you know, for not talking about this. They want to sweep it under the rug because, you know, they care more about dollars than they do about integrity, or they care about pushing a certain narrative. We know that because when Devin Haney said that, you know, he would never get beat by a white guy, they went crazy out here. You know, they went crazy on Devin Haney. And I don't think that's something Devin should have said. I don't think he should have said that. But was it worse than what Teofimo Lopez said? No. But you haven't heard the mainstream media say anything. And that's why you need channels like mine to give you guys the 100% truth out here. And the 100% truth is Teofimo Lopez has probably been a closet racist his whole life. And now we're calling him to the carpet. So you guys let me know what you think about what Terence Crawford had to say. Teofimo Lopez backpedaling, you know, trying to act like he didn't know what he said, but he knew what he said. He's old enough to know what a racial slur is. He knows. You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.